coming on here quick to talk about annotating. I recently did a blog post on my website on my annotating process and how it's evolved. I'm here to show you how my process looks in practice. I have 3 books with me. They are Thirsty by Mia Hopkins, Before I Let Go by Kennedy Ryan, and Delilah Green Doesn't Care. When I annotate, the first thing that I do is pick my tabs, and I like to pick tabs based on the colors of the book. So this book has some really pretty blues, and so I used a bunch of tabs that are mostly blues. You can see I put a little key at the front, and then I put them in here. And I put very little of the tab out because when I put the books back on the bookshelves, if there's too much sticking out, they squish and they mold and it gets really icky. Or Thirsty. It was so dark, I wanted something bold. So I have all of these reds, you can see. Those are the ones that I liked. And some really deep, rich, bold colors. Now, Delilah Green Doesn't Care. This is a little bit trickier. I have some very light colors, as you can see. Even the not so many mehs, mostly light colors. And I have them written in this one because I started this book a while ago. You might have noticed that in each of the books, there are these keys, 1 through 5, 1 through 5. And they're the same order every single time. If I'm home, I have Sharpies. I'm traveling right now. I didn't bring a Sharpie with me because I didn't think about it. But because I started Delilah Green Doesn't Care before I left, I was able to Sharpie what these categories are. The top sticky is always like. The second is always meh. The third is body part, mostly forearms, but if someone has an interesting description of a different body part, I'm taking note of it. The fourth is clit stimulation during penetrative sex. And then the 5th one is plot. All of the first 4 go wherever that moment on the page is. So if I turn to this tab in the middle, it lines up with this line that I wanted to notate, and I write in my thoughts and feelings at that moment. I really like her. Great. For plot, that 5th tab, they're all at the top. And this just is easy reference. If I wanted to go back to some sort of plot device, or if I'm looking for my tropes when I'm making my written reviews, it's easy to flip right away. And then usually we see down what it was. It's best friend's sister. One bed! So that's how plot helps me find tropes, remember names or relationships that I need to reference. If it's a fantasy book, something with a little bit more world building, I'll also put the names of things or locations or magical rules as that stands. I write in my books. I do. These are my books. I would never do this to a library book. Any book that's going to someone else, unless I decide to auction one of these off for charity. I don't know. I found I don't like highlighting, so I underline, I star, or I even write in my thoughts. Clit stimulation, and I liked it. Yeah, plus notes. And then some other colors. I'm not picky about the pens. I haven't found a pen that's the best of any of them, so whatever pen's on hand. I do try to stay away from felt tip pens because I find that the ink bleeds, but that's about it. When I'm going back and I'm making notes, it's easier for me to find what I was looking for when I have those color-coded. That's my current system for annotating. Mine's evolved so much. Go to the blog if you want to see my journey. I anticipate that if you ask me a year from now how I annotate, it will be different than it is right now. I hope you enjoyed that and you enjoyed getting to see some of the books that I've annotated here. Thanks, y'all.